afternoon, everybody. This is Judy Yarborough, the city marketer for the city of Reidsville, and we're here today for the Rocket and Reidsville show to talk to a new resident here in Reidsville and a new business owner, Cynthia Scarborough. Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Judy. I'm Cindy Scarborough, and me and my husband, Rob, have bought this lovely, amazing building just a few months ago, but we would like to make it a bed and breakfast and small event center called Chez Lindsey, and we're hoping everyone in town and people from all around will come to Reidsville, and we'll make Reidsville more fun and more exciting.
I think it's a huge benefit for our downtown. Also with us today, well, not just our downtown, but for the whole city of Reidsville. But with us today also is Jill Weston, who is our Main Street manager. And Jill, what are your thoughts about this being downtown?
I couldn't be more excited to have you take this beautiful home and turning it into a venue that our whole community can enjoy. And, you know, that little part of me is really excited that it's downtown. So welcome. We're so thrilled to have you and your experience that you're bringing, which I know we're going to talk about a little later, but welcome.
Thank you so much, Jill. Really appreciate it. We're so happy to be here, and we love Reidsville. It's just wonderful.
It's a great place, and we want to talk to you about that and how your process, you know, how you picked us and that kind of thing. But one of the things I did want to say is, you know, we don't have a B&B here in Reidsville. Mm-hmm. So this is a huge for us. It's just really big. It gives us that extra accommodation that we don't have, that clientele that we don't necessarily reach. And so we're extremely excited.
Thank you so much. I'm just so happy to be here and to be able to offer something that Reidsville doesn't currently have and will bring more people to the city. I think that's what's really exciting, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, I think so too. So tell us a little bit about the process. How did you pick Reidsville of all places? Tell us where you came from and that kind of thing.
All right. So before we were here, we were actually in Europe. I trained as a chef at Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, and had been living in Europe for several years. I came here right at the start of the pandemic. I came to Raleigh. My daughter and husband live in Raleigh, and the pandemic kind of we decided to stay here. And like a lot of people, we readjusted our priorities, and we had been planning on starting a bed and breakfast and small event center in France, and we decided to move that here. And we had been looking for properties. And this house, we just fell in love with both the house and Reidsville. We spent some time looking around the town after we saw the house, and we just fell in love with everything.
So basically, would you say finding us, you just did it online?
Yes, we found the house online, and then we came right on up here as soon as we saw it, because we were like, wow, this house is beautiful. And then we also spent time in town, walking around town, and thought, yeah, this place is just wonderful. So it was both the town and the house.
That's great, and that's what we love to hear. Mm-hmm. So tell us, Cindy, when you were in the process, because we all know right now that the housing market is just crazy.
Yes.
So, and houses are not staying on the market long at all.
No.
So how long, because I thought it was very interesting, how long was it when you saw the house before you made an offer?
Less than 24 hours, because
wow.
We knew that the housing market for something this spectacular especially was very competitive. So we saw it, we made an offer pretty much right away.
And did you look at larger cities? What made you decide to go with a small town like Reidsville?
We were always looking at smaller cities. There's two reasons. One, because I like the small town feel, and that kind of goes along with the whole concept of Chez Lindsey. And there's also what we would have done in France. We would not have been in some big town in France either. We would have been in a small little village somewhere, or even outside of a village in France. So it goes along with that. But also, I mean, my goodness, I can't even imagine how expensive this house would be in Raleigh, for example, or Durham. That would just be not something that we would be able to do.
So the affordability came into play.
Absolutely.
Right. And how have you felt our town has been for you? You've been here how long now?
A little over 2 months.
Not long.
Not long. And I've made so many friends already. I've never been so welcomed in a town. We've lived all over. That's saying a lot. We've lived in a lot of places, and I've never felt so welcome. I already feel like I can count many people as my friends already, and it's only been 2 months.
That's wonderful.
That's great. That's one of the things we really love about Reidsville is it's a very friendly city. Of course, I think our proximity to Greensboro is going to help you as well.
Yeah.
And we are super excited. I'm excited from the standpoint from the Penthouse aspect because, we do weddings there all the time.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, about 80% of our weddings that we do there come from outside Rockingham County. So they are looking for those accommodations, and this is something that will be wonderful to be able to offer to them.
Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely want to partner with Penthouse and other already established businesses in Reidsville and in Rockingham County to be able to offer services to them. I think that's perfect. We're looking forward to working with Penthouse and offering accommodations to other businesses.
Well, we are really looking forward to working with you too. And so tell us a little bit about what your plans are here, how you're planning on operating, what's your projection on being open. Of course, we all know that can change as things go along.
Well, we're working very hard. Right now, I've been working with Denise at the Chamber of Commerce. She's already put us down on the books for December 3rd for the ribbon cutting. Now, that will be just for the small events because there's additional renovations that need to happen. For upstairs for the bed and breakfast to be fully functional, but we do have the little house out behind us that will be available for accommodations relatively quickly. But we are aiming for December 3rd. So we're for the beginning and then for fully functional by spring of 2022.
And how many rooms will you have available for the public when you're at capacity?
We'll be able to sleep 10. There will be 4 in the little house out back it has a bedroom and they'll have a pull-out couch. And then upstairs there will be 3 available bedrooms, so that will be an additional 6 people.
Great.
And so tell us a little bit about what you're thinking from a standpoint of the services you'll provide for like events and that kind of thing.
Yes, so really the sky's the limit, but generally it's going to be small events. We would like to have a social hour, which will be by reservation, or possibly we're discussing maybe to be able to join the social club, that you can come on Friday after work, sample some local wines and beers, and I'll make some small bites, little hors d'oeuvres to try. You can have business dinners, yoga retreats, rehearsal dinners, Sunday brunches. People can have their meetings here, say for the Lions Club or a bridge club, things like that. I can provide either wine or coffee and small hors d'oeuvres or small bites, or you can have a romantic dinner with your wife. And I'll make you a very special dinner for Valentine's Day or your anniversary, and then you can also spend the night. You don't have to worry about driving home.
I think that's great, and it is certainly a service that we have not had in Reidsville as long as I've been here. So I'm very excited about it.
Excellent.
And this is a beautiful home. I don't know if we're going to get the opportunity to have some scans of this beautiful building, but tell us a little bit about the renovation. It looks like you've done some painting and things, but that it was in fairly good condition when you came into the building.
Correct. So renovations really are more about meeting code. Like, for example, we need to make a commercial kitchen. This was only a residential building before, so we want to make sure that we're up to code. We're working with the health department on that, so that takes some renovations. Mostly it's just cosmetic, like some painting and things for the front rooms and for the areas where people will gather and have their events. And then upstairs we'll need to put in some additional bathrooms to make sure that everyone has an ensuite bathroom in their room when the bed and breakfast is open. So those are the type of renovations we need to be doing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building, and I know that we all look forward to the community coming out and enjoying this beautiful venue, because this is going to be a really spectacular place to be.
It will be, and something again that we have lacked, and will be really a fulfillment to, being offered more quality of life opportunities for our residents, which is very exciting. So, and you are a trained French chef, so that's very exciting. I actually was able to have a lunch here last week, and it was fabulous. And one of the things that Cindy is doing is really trying to connect with local vendors. So she is looking for local farmers to provide produce and those kind of things, and we're trying to hook her up with some folks that really know the meat market in this area. So you're doing a lot of farm to table.
Yes, I am, and I met with the NC Cooperative yesterday with Abby and Catherine yesterday, and so they're going to provide me with a list of local farmers for produce, meat, eggs, dairy, and what my plan is to sample them all and work with them to bring their food to the table for Reidsville and for everyone who comes here.
Great.
That's great. Well, we want to thank you for being with us today, Cindy. Was there anything else you wanted to add, or?
I not right now, but thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that everyone in Reidsville and everyone from surrounding areas will come and try Chez Lindsey.
I think they will. I don't think you're going to have that problem. But what's your website, so if people want to visit that?
It's ChezLindsey.com, which is ChezLindsey. So it's William and Sarah Lindsey's house, and Lindsey Street is right next to us here, and so it's Lindsey with an E. A lot of people spell Lindsey with an A.
They do. And the Lindsey family were instrumental in Reidsville in this area, so it's got a lot of history behind it.
Absolutely.
We probably should do a segment one day on all the historic places in Reidsville, because we have a ton of them.
Yes.
So next we're going to head out and talk to Leanne Basinger. She's a resident here in Reidsville, and a fairly new resident, and we're going to talk about her house and why she picked Reidsville, and we will see you soon.